Hello, everyone, in the Tuesday night EDAP 601 Emerging Technology Extravaganza class. I hope this finds you warm. I hope this finds you safe. I've spent the day out shoveling snow, and I hope by the time I see you on Tuesday night, we'll have significant melt-off. What are we doing? We are going to move on to something called changing paradigms. And the purpose of this is to understand that a emerging technology is always a paradigm shift in its use and its impact on education. So we need to understand what all that means. We're going to look at it through a couple of resources. We're going to look at it through a couple of videos that I have in here. Give you a sense of what it's like. And this is Joel Barker. He is a futurist. And this is a really good video that we'll watch explaining sort of what the nuts and bolts of what paradigm shift means. And then we'll look at an old friend of ours, in Sir Ken Robinson, in his presentation on what a paradigm shift in education is all about. We're also going to be, I'm going to expect you to bring your books so we can sit and read from our book on what Perkansky's Brock take is on paradigm shifts and instructional technology. Now we're going to put all this together into something called an infographic. Infographics are really a lot of fun, and you shouldn't take this as an onerous assignment, mainly because I find it's just fun. You will be logging in to this pictorial chart as me at sbswan02 at louisville.edu. Your password is ULIT241, all lowercase, all one word. You have access to, I'm going to say hundreds of templates that you can use. So you can scroll down through here until you find one that sort of catches your fancy as to how it might fit into your ideas of what a paradigm shift might mean after having seen the videos and read the chapters. There's tons of them in here. And one of the things that I like to do is I kind of look for a design that sort of grabs my attention. And then when I find it, I then go in and I start playing around with it, putting my own touch on it. So let's see. If I keep scrolling around here, let's try this one. And I'm going to click on Create. And when I do, it pops up and gives me the infographic. Now what I can do at this point is I click and I select, I can double click, and it selects the whole text. Okay. Double click again. And as you can see, all I'm doing is I'm putting in my words. And if I want to get rid of the whole thing, again, I just delete it. If I click on the box itself, I can delete it. If I want to move a box around, I move my cursor in till I get the crosshairs, and then I can slide it up and around. Now, what I'm doing for the rest of it is I can either just go in and hang on to the look and just replace it with my words. And so like in this particular instance, I might want to start putting in here the things that Perkansky-Brock talks about in her book. I can go over here, and as you can see, I've got lots and lots of choices on things that I can do. I can choose the kind of text that I want to use. And when I do that, it automatically throws it in to my infographic. And I can wipe it out. Get my crosshairs, and I can start moving it around. Now, the other thing, of course, is I can change the colors and all the other things. It's just simple, and I find it extremely fun. Of course, now you notice up here across the top that we have different boxes that allow us to change things like color. Now I can come down here and I can put some information in here. Again, if I want to find a picture that I can use, I come back over here and I can look for graphics, photos. One of the nice things about it is you can type in and if it has it, it will pop it in for you. Drag it on over, and now you have a nice graphic, and you can change the size of it, so on. As simple as that. Gosh, I sound like that guy that was the paint guy that was on PBS Forever and a Day, when he would talk about his mighty knife when he's painting. Well, again, I'm just playing with getting boxes to look nice, that's all. Okay. Now, when I get finished, here are the steps. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to make sure that I give it a name, Steve Swan Paradigm. I'm going to make sure it's saved. Even though it says saved, I'm going to save it again, just to be on the safe side. I'm going to come over here to publish, and I'm going to publish now. Don't worry, it's making sure that I've done everything. And then it's going to let me copy this. Now, you remember, we now know what to do in our wiki when it comes to things like this. We're going to create a new page in our wiki, and in that new page, we're going to put this infographic that we've just made, along with our reaction to all of the information that we have read this evening, or Tuesday evening, excuse me, so that we are ready to go. Well, I just can't seem to get Wikispaces to come back. Don't do this, Wikispaces. We've already had this happen one time before. We're going to create a page in our Wikispaces. And I'm going to do all of that for you right now. I'm going to use the Wikispace that I use. It's kind of like my go-to Wikispace. I create everything on it. So in my Wikispace, I don't care if it's on this side or this side, you're going to find some, or across the top, you're going to find something that says Pages and Files. Click on the plus sign. Give it a name. paradigm shift. Create. Go ahead and name the page again. And you can play with size and how bold you want it to be, all that sort of stuff. But we now know we've got our code that we got from our infographic, and now we're ready to put it into our wiki space. Widget, other HTML, right-click, paste, edit, paste, Control-V, however you're comfortable. Save it. If you get the gray square, you're good. Save it again. And as you can see, it's loading in my infographic onto my page. Now, the rest of the assignment was that we have to reflect on Sir Ken Robinson's Changing Education Paradigm in Chapter 2. And that is it. And then once we get it finished, all we're going to do is, again, copy the URL of the page that it came from, go to Module 2, launch your Lives Tech. Remember, my Lives Text looks different than yours because it sees everybody. And then I'm going to find the assignment. I'm going to use this document, put it in the template, but all I'm doing is I'm just going to paste in the URL that takes me to the page. That's all. Okay? Now, once I go out of this, it's kind of hard to get back. And you know, Sean told us last week the best way to do this, and I'm agreeing with him, and that is you basically just do a right-click on the link, and it will take you. You can do an open link in New tab. Although I'm finding if I do a double click real fast on the back tab, on the back button, it will take me back as well. Well, anyway, there you go. That's what we're doing come Tuesday night. I hope by that time we are seeing a definite thaw and the snow is rapidly going away. I look forward to seeing you Tuesday night. Bye-bye.